Our goal of this presentation is to provide an overview of the new performance system and share insights of ways to best use the new system. During this brief discussion, we will introduce you to the new performance management process, discuss ways to maximize its effectiveness, and share perspectives on anticipated outcomes of the new program. For years, we have utilized performance management systems to identify goals and measure performance. The concept of performance appraisal sounds good. Managers get to talk to employees about expectations, and employees get to speak with managers openly about performance expectations and outcomes. Unfortunately, most performance systems tend to focus on forms rather than the most important part, the conversation between managers and employees. Many forms become administratively burdensome and challenging to maneuver. Often, the focus of the appraisal becomes more systematic than personal, leaving employees alienated about how they're really doing in meeting expectations and what they can do to improve. The current research shows that employees appreciate ongoing feedback from managers. They appreciate having regular conversations about their job, performance, goals, and expectations. They also appreciate the feeling of partnership as they work together with managers to identify goals, address problems, and work towards common outcomes. Some of our own employee survey feedback supports this. They want more conversations about the job. Like many organizations, we have changed our approach to performance management. Rather than using a single form that evaluates performance over the span of a year, we have broken it into a more frequent process to evaluate and focus on those things where employees are at today and where they need to be in the future. We recognize that past performance matters. That helps us to understand where we are going. However, we are moving to a coaching approach that brings the manager and the employee together more frequently, focusing on the goals and regularly asking how to more effectively achieve those goals. This means that managers must spend sufficient time developing effective goals with their employees. The quality of goals must be such that both the employee and the manager clearly understand what is to be achieved and any important parameters around those goals, such as deadlines, expected outcomes, volumes, quantities, etc. Following the SMART goal model, the goals must be specific enough that both parties understand the intended outcome, measurable enough to know where the employee is at in their progress, attainable so the employee does not become frustrated with impossible goals, related to the core responsibilities and the company mission so they understand how their contributions are making a difference, and time-driven so that both parties know what is to be done and by when. It may seem challenging to use this model for those positions with job duties that are not necessarily goal-focused and may be routine in nature. In these situations, build goals around the desired outcomes. While responsibilities may be routine, there are goals that the employee can reach to help improve quality, quantity, and timeliness in their performance. Another consideration is how employee performance aligns with corporate values. Values such as quality, innovation, integrity, and customer service are of the utmost importance. Goals should be focused on how the employee can contribute to attaining those values. Another important element is the inclusion of the employee as a partner in setting goals and assessing performance. Employees will set work-related goals and complete a self-evaluation. This should provide managers with another source of information that can help them to provide feedback and assistance to employees. Remember, the goal of effective managers is to get work done through other people. This means that the manager must identify ways that he or she can support the employee by providing resources, removing obstacles, and facilitating their success. Employee input will help the managers to gain a greater insight and perspective as to what is needed to achieve that success. Another element of this approach is greater frequency in conversations specific to goals. Most managers will agree that they spend considerable time each day with their employees. Many conversations take place that are specific to the job. The intent of more frequent conversations on a quarterly basis is to ensure that the manager and the employee connect specifically to review and discuss goals. This is an opportunity for both to identify progress, identify obstacles, and recognize ways to improve the ability for the employee to be successful at their goals. As we implement quarterly conversations, this is an opportunity for you to engage employees more frequently. Rather than spending an inordinate amount of time preparing a single evaluation on an annual basis, We are asking that you spend a few minutes to review employee goals and then discuss them with your employee. You can record any documentation regarding those goals and address any concerns that you may have. This should equate to more conversations that take no more time than, or maybe even less time than, the previous system while achieving better results. As a result of this new program, we anticipate the evolution of conversations with employees that can help to generate higher performance, fewer errors, and better professional development. As managers and employees engage more frequently in conversations about specific goals and their accomplishments, you can better align performance with company objectives and department goals, which ultimately will help us to be more effective as a company. As with any new program, we anticipate that the first few months may be challenging. This is a new approach, and it will take some time for acclimation. As we approach the first quarter, you are welcome to begin discussing with your employees ways in which you would like them to begin to develop their goals for the next year. This may take some time as both managers and employees are going to be setting goals to work on. Granted, if goals from the current performance evaluations are still applicable, this may just simply be a matter of transferring those goals from their old evaluation to the new format. In all cases, however, it is a great opportunity to review those goals and determine whether they should be continued. Your first conversation during the first quarter may also be a little awkward, especially if you've just recently had a performance evaluation with your employee. We will provide additional coaching and training to help you strike up the right kinds of conversations when meeting with your employees. In the meantime, the primary focus is for you to simply engage in the conversation about the employee and his or her goals, as well as the general performance that you have observed. If you would like to begin to develop goals, feel free to log into the Oracle platform and begin to look around. Within the icon My Team, you'll be able to click on Goals and Performance to see some of the resources for your employees. While the performance appraisals will not become available until after January 1st, you should be able to gain access to the 2018 goals so that you and your employee can begin to set those goals in the new Oracle platform. We challenge you to consider how to best implement this new approach to manage your performance of your employees. If there are things that you like from the old process, the new process has the flexibility to incorporate some of those elements. If, however, your intent is to just hold on to the old processes because they're most comfortable, we invite you to consider some new approaches and what they may offer to you and your employees. We believe that you'll be pleased with the outcome. We're attaching an article to this email that also may lend to additional insights and perspectives on how to implement this new program. While this video and its attachment is in no way intended to be comprehensive, they may serve as a starting point for you to develop your personal approaches to implement the new system. Thank you for watching.